An exciting and recent discovery in Israel is the ancient town of Magdala on the shores of the Sea of Galilee. In 2009, construction began on a retreat center, but no one could have imagined what God had in store. As workers began to dig the foundation for the guest house, they discovered a first-century synagogue, where it is certain that Jesus taught. As archaeologists continued to dig, they discovered an entire first-century Jewish town lying just below the surface. The hometown of Mary Magdalene already provides pilgrims an authentic location to connect with the first-century life of Jesus and his followers.
Magdala is now home to the beautiful Duke in Altum Chapel, which provides a place of worship and prayer. Duke in Altum actually means into the deep in Latin, which is most appropriate as it is located right beside the Sea of Galilee. In the lower level of Duke in Altum is the Encounter Chapel, which is modeled after the structure of the Magdala first-century synagogue. The chapel features a beautiful mural-sized painting of the encounter between Jesus and the hemorrhaging woman in Mark 5:25-34. Mark 5:25 says, "And a woman was there who had been subjected to bleeding for 12 years." This woman in Mark 5 had suffered many years with this chronic disorder. She was cast aside because she was considered unclean, not to mention the pain, inconvenience, weakness, and anemia that she likely suffered. There was no cure, but she had faith, believing that if she even just touched the hem of his garment, she would be made well. The crowd stood between her and Jesus, but she pressed in, reaching out in eager faith, and she touched him. Now, Jesus was certain that he had not simply been jostled accidentally in the press of the crowd. He felt energy go out from him, and he asked the question, "Who touched me?" The woman must have trembled, ashamed to admit that she, in her uncleanness, had dared to touch the teacher. Yet she was sure of his mercy, because had he not just granted her healing? So, falling to his feet, she told the whole truth, as it says in Mark 5:33. Her story, one of repeated disappointments, had culminated in joy and gratitude. She declared in the presence of all the people why she had touched him and how she had been healed. In reply, Jesus commended her and affirmed her, "Daughter, your faith has made you whole. Go in peace and be healed of your disease." What a miraculous and life-changing encounter. Jesus healing this woman with the hemorrhage is one of many instances in which he showed concern for women. Are we willing to press into Jesus regardless of the crowds and circumstances around us, so that he might also work a miracle in us?